JAYMOOREREVIEWS, the very best reviews. Tell them, no take the test, we gon' What's good, everybody? Welcome to the show. Appreciate everyone for joining tonight. We're going to talk about the Chi. Oh, there we go. All right. A little bit more about episode 2 from season 6. Get all this adjusted. And, a few more breakdowns of the episode and what's going down. My man, Ill Woods, first in the chat, first in the building. I appreciate you, my brother, for coming through. I hope everything's been all well with you. Shout out to you. And appreciate you, man. I know I've been ripping and running so much, so definitely gotta link up with you, my brother, and see how you been. But if you all have been watching season 6 of the Chi, then you know that they pretty much made Duda the focal point, and it's all about how he's interacting with everybody now, how he's affecting Trig or the kids or Emmett. Is pretty much Duda's world. And this episode was even called Mo Duda, Mo Problems, which is very understandable considering all the problems this dude has brought to everybody he came in contact with. Tracy, the list goes on and on. So we'll see. I'll break down where I think the next person that he's going to affect. It's 2 people, actually, but they both may actually die, but one a little more directly than the other. And that's, I'm trying to do this thing up here. Papa's father is definitely in trouble. Stanley, I'm managing. What's good, my brother, Ill Woods? Say you hanging in there. You say Duda is gonna die. It reminds me of the last season of Power, how they portrayed Ghost. That's a good point. That's a real good point. And I didn't even pick up on that, but I agree. They are kind of magnifying him and like going all out on him, similar to Ghost, which means they kind of building him up just to take him down. If they take Duda off of the Chi, I hate to say this, but the show may be over with without Duda. I mean, without Duda, it's kind of like a relationship show. It's just missing that grit. And it still don't really have it. But if he was, he's probably the best character on the show. And so, definitely don't want him to leave. He's one of my favorites. My man Ill Woods say he think Keisha will die. It's funny that both of these people, Keisha and Duda, damn near died on the show already, and both survived death, with Duda being shot and by Brandon's mom when she should have finished the job. And then we see Keisha getting kidnapped, and as she not escaped with the help of Keisha, Ronnie. Who knows what that dude may have did? Had babies galore up in there and then killed her when it's over with. Who knows? So they both escaped death, and now they both are back at death's door, which is kind of tripped out. And I think Keisha is in trouble in the sense that, of course, anybody can be a victim of random violence. But the reason I think Keisha may die, I wasn't going to put her on the top of the list. And Ill Woods, you let me know why you think she may die. But I think she may die because she's in that house that Duda helped Emmett and Keisha get. We just saw that they're about to move in that house. And if any problems or drama comes their way, it'll come to that house, and if she there by herself, it's gonna be trouble, troubles. Now that's how I think she could be in danger. I don't know. I'm not thinking of any direct way as far as beef that she should be in danger, but I think the people that's on death's door and one that's at the front of the steps, I say Papa's father, I say Shumpert, NBA. NBA is on the front of the steps. And I think Tracy is flirting with it because she with Duda, and then she was starting to get the little a slant eye from old Vic Mensa over there. Let me walk you to your car, Tracy. Your little fine self. I turned over a new leaf. Now it's time to turn them cheeks over. Let me turn it over. I feel much better. I feel blessed already. So, yeah, it's a big difference. Patty, what's up, Patty? You say, I say it's either Pastor Stanley that's going to die because all of a sudden we seeing Papa Mother. They don't want him to be on his own. Yep. I wasn't thinking of that aspect, but that's a great point, Patty, and I agree. We have not seen Papa Mama in 6 seasons. 6 seasons and not a whole lot of his daddy. And now all of a sudden, the last few seasons, we've been seeing more of the daddy. And now, Duda said, okay then, boy, okay then. So with that okay then, that's pretty much like, oh, that's your way, boy, that's your way. So, yeah, and that's a great point that they don't want him to be left alone because they know once they kill the father, everybody gonna be like, well, now he an orphan because he ain't got no mama. We ain't never seen her. So that's one way to preempt a bunch of drama from the fan base by doing that. So I agree. That's a good strategy. What's up, Gina? That's my girl, my sister from another mister. Ill Woods, you say, I just think Duda knows Emmett holds her in high regards, and as soon as Emmett comes to his senses, Duda will get her. Now, that's a good point. Or use her as leverage, threatening. Okay, I ain't think about it that way, but that's a good point. I was thinking if Emmett mess up or something and she there by herself, which still could happen, but what you say, that is more in line with what Duda, the way he thinks and operates, hold somebody as leverage, try to, make you do something. So, yeah, he could easily do that, and then Emmett would be screwed because, yeah, he'd have to do whatever he said if he said that. So that's a good point. It's a good point. Nikki, what's up, Nikki? You say his mother is trying to get him killed. You talking about Shumpty Dumpty? So, I think that she's not thinking properly. Because when I was watching it, which I am about to go back to live watching for Discord, so everybody that's part of the membership and in Discord, make sure y'all come pull up because I'm about to start live watching all episodes again, from this to the power to all of that. But I think she not realizing how dangerous of a job she asking him to do. He like, I ain't no detective. Yeah, she gonna find out who killed Q. Like, think about it. This person killed Q and dumped him like he was nothing. What you think they're gonna do to your baby? Don't hurt my baby. My baby. My baby from Greenleaf. He gonna be all right. So yeah, she about to get him killed because she ain't paying attention to what the climate is. Talking and grubbing. My brother, man, how you been? I ain't seen you in a minute. I hope the grind been good to you. Appreciate you. Nikki say, hello. Yes. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, she ain't caring enough. She's too focused on Q and what happened to him and is not realizing you about to have your son laying there next to him. If her son was really in them streets and gangster, like say Bakari, except older, well, you talking to somebody that kills and do things anyway. But he sell weed. He ain't trying to have no problem. Weed dealers don't want drama and problems. The weed man don't want no problems. They ain't making enough money for that. And now I wonder what Tiff gonna do now that she realized, oh, he really ain't got no money. It's his mama. See, she done fell for the okey doke thinking that he had money and was paid. Nope. Patty, you say I meant to add my second person. It might even be Darnell because he might confront Doodah. You see, he wasn't feeling Emmett being around Doodah. Patty, that's a good point. I like that. And he wasn't feeling that. And I don't think that he will get killed, but if he was to confront Doodah in the wrong way, it would not be good. That's for sure. And Doodah could do just like what Ill Woods was saying and maybe come to Emmett and say, hey, if you want your daddy to live, you better tell him to shut the fork up. So who knows? With Doodah, it's almost like anything goes to a point. And I wouldn't put Darnell in my starting five for death. But he may be the sixth man. He may be the sixth man. He right there. If he confronts dude, he's only one confrontation away. So I got you with that one. Talking and grubbing was good. You say I think Bakari gonna get killed, either trying to get away from Doodah or saving Papa's life. I will put Bakari in the top 5. I hate to do that because I like Bakari, and of course he part of my acting tree family, so I want him to go for 20 seasons on every show and become a star. He's a good dude. But that being said, his character is a bad dude. And he did kind of have some remorse when he confronted Papa's Pops. And he like, man, I live with the dude. I don't give a damn. This dude pays. So, man, if you are interacting with Doodah, you pretty much could die any moment in the shot. And Bakari, Doodah sees him as expendable. Just another soldier. You see how Doodah blasted old boy for just making a little noise. So if Bakari is doing a little too much or not enough or something that he feels he shouldn't have, Doodah will kill him and feel like he's replaceable. So I will put him in the top 5, definitely. And I'm glad everything been going good for you, man. What's up with them Cleveland Browns? You see that Johnny Manziel documentary on Netflix? Y'all could have had a good one. He blew it, man. He wasn't ready. He just wanted that money. Nikki B, Tiffany said, go out there and get that money. Hey, and you know what? He did too, didn't he? So, in the truth, in the end of the game, women, let me ask you, does it matter if your man is getting his money, in this case, from his mama, or if he was earning it himself? As long as he getting it and bringing it home with you, and y'all able to do what you need to do, is there a problem? Because sometimes women will be looking down all like you all that. You ain't got no money. Your mama be paying for everything. But she was all up on him at first, but now that she know that, oh, like you be stunting like you got it. You ain't got nothing. You got to go ask mommy for 50 grand. Who you asked for 50 grand? Did I get the 50 grand? Matter of fact, I came back with 100. Did what? What? So I don't know. Is that a negative or a positive? Ladies, you let me know in the comments. Let's say put a 1 in if it's a negative, and put a 2 in if it's cool. I'm not gonna say a positive, but it's not nothing to be negative about. In my opinion, I think that she shouldn't have any negativity or feel any kind of way because he asked his mama. It's not like his mama's all in their business. And I don't know. Interested to see what you all think. Gina, you say, I think Darnell will go this season. Another person that I hope does not die. I'm happy that he's been around on the show for a minute. He also from Panama, Panamanian old brother. Okay. And he also part of the same acting family. But I really, really, really hope he don't die. I really do. I like Darnell. I think that he's safer than what you call it. Man, why can I never remember his name? Bakari. I think he's a little safer than Bakari, but like Patty said, it's only going to take one confrontation to go the wrong way. And he did not like what was going on with Duda. And I thought when I saw that he was probably feeling a little jealous because he don't have money, so he can't help his son financially in the way that he needs right now. And because Duda is able to, he probably was feeling like insecure. And that's why I used to have money. I do this and that. It ain't all about, yeah, whatever. People broke always say that. Anyway, so I thought he probably was going to try some get rich quick scheme like Shad or something. Shad start selling old jerseys or something, but we'll see. Talking and grubbing, you ain't seen it yet. Manziel was a dumbass, man. Wait till you go see it. Go watch that after this. Wait till after this show. Yeah. Then go watch it. You will not believe how stupid he was. Anyway, Patty, you say Tracy act like Duda not known for just popping up, blocking him in the phone won't stop him. He's gonna be right outside when she leave for work. Hey Tracy, you know I had to get a little of that morning delight. He'd be looking all serious. You know, Tracy, I need some of that morning delight. Give me some of that morning delight. You know I miss you. He be so serious, boy. Curtis Cook, man. He ain't playing. Nikki B, you say it's not a problem because she just what he just wanted alone. Okay. I guess you're talking about as far as the money when I was asking earlier about would it be a problem if your man was getting his money from his mama? You know, some ladies probably would have a problem with that. And I can see why, if ever you needed some money, but it's big money. It ain't little money. He did say he didn't like to ask them also, his family. But, you know, you say it's not a problem because she just what, wait a minute. She just what he just wanted. She just what he wanted alone. Okay. So you say 2 in, not a problem. All right. Ill Woods, Baja to might die off if the sole fact that he killed Ronnie. Baja, you talking about Bakari. That must have been autocorrect at work. So, you know what? I forgot about that. Ain't nobody bringing that up. And he comes to eat in the restaurant that he killed Ronnie at all the time. That's, man, them balls right there. Okay? He killed Ronnie at that restaurant and then goes back to the same restaurant and eats and chills on the regular. Wow. When you think about that one, that's deep. He's a straight murderer, blew this dude's brains out in the alley of the restaurant on their grand opening with Tracy there and Emmett, and he got away with it. Tracy seen him though. Has Tracy seen him? Tracy hasn't seen him, has she, since then? Because she could identify him. Man, all it's going to take is Tracy to go to Smokey's and him sitting in there eating. He goes there and eats and reminisces. Wow, that's deep. If most people that do something like that will probably never return to the crime scene, he goes on the regular and picks up a meal. Wow. So, yeah, if people find out that he killed Ronnie, that's a lot. I wonder what'll happen, but that's one of the problems in the black community, unfortunately, is people don't want to snitch, and they feel they snitching this, that, and the other, but they don't really understand what snitching means. Snitching, when you're doing dirt with somebody, y'all two are both dirty. And if one of y'all get caught, you got to accept it and let your other person get away. That's part of the criminal code. You can't be like, well, if I get caught, I'm going to tell on you. We both get caught. That's snitching. If you're a civilian and you had nothing to do with some people committing any type of crime or criminal acts, whether it's from selling drugs to killing somebody, if you had nothing to do with that and you weren't involved in selling the drugs or planning to kill somebody or setting up the hit, you're not snitching. You're doing what you're supposed to do, which is call the police and be a civilian. So she probably feel like she's snitching if she was to say something. I hope not. But, that's not what snitching is. Snitching is when you and your partner get caught. You don't snitch and tell on your partner because you got caught, and vice versa. Nikki, you say, I don't think so. If Darnell steps to him like I thought I saw in the coming attractions, I'm not sure who killed him because he's going to be in the way of him getting the Emmett. Yeah, that's true. I got to see this coming attraction. You saw, I must have missed something. Miss Soul Glow, they moving to the west side of Chicago away from their family so Keisha may die. Yeah, they're going to be away from everything and comfort, and we don't know what kind of stronghold Duda may have on the west side. And if he comes to him, like you say, they far away. Chicago is not like, a country's town where it's like, but some people may feel more comfortable with their family and things. So I wish we never lost Brandon's cousin. But when we lost Brandon, we lost all of those actors that was tied into him. I know they were sad they lost their jobs, but Brandon's cousin was the first weed man, and he was a good personality. I thought he was doing a good job. I was sorry he died. On Netflix, it's a new documentary called Manziel, and it's about the football player, Heisman Trophy winner, Johnny Manziel. He the first freshman to win the Heisman Trophy. Skip Bayless was basically praising him like a god while he was in college. He was really good in college, but he loved to party, and he never really got that out of his system. And when he went to the NFL, he pretty much threw everything away. So it's pretty interesting. It's only like an hour and some change, and it's on Netflix, Manziel. I said that to Talking and Grubbing because he's in Cleveland, and he loved the Browns, and that's where Manziel was playing. So I like to know my people that watch. I appreciate y'all. Patty, you say Bakari don't care. In the hood, no, and that's why nobody messed with him. Yeah, Tracy told Duda she didn't want Bakari around, I think. Okay, I don't remember that part. If she did, maybe. But I mean, the average hood Negro won't call Crime Stoppers. But I'm thinking like a Tracy should. Really, Emmett should. You know who should? Keisha. Keisha should. She should call on his ass. Bakari, she should call on him. Ronnie saved her life. And if I saw her put pressure on Emmett to call or turn him in, I could believe that. He wouldn't probably want to, but hey, this man, I'd be dead if Ronnie didn't save me. And he just took him out for nothing. But that's the whole cycle in Chicago. You kill this person, I kill you. You kill them, I kill this, do that. Then it's all about who started it, who killed who. What came first, the bullet or the body? Nikki, you say exactly. He didn't even want to ask her. She pushed him into it. So see what I mean? Yeah, and I can see her probably pushing him into what you call it too. Maybe snitching if she ever was to find out. Gina, you say Tracy has seen him. Shad tried to get him to volunteer. She was mad about him being around. I was kind of thinking it was something that happened, but I can't remember. I don't exactly remember that scenario either. I believe you. I believe, I don't think too many people trying to lie or nothing like that. But I don't remember that. But she should have did more than get mad. Patty, you say everyone know he killed Ronnie. Remember Nuck told Duda he a killer, and Lene told him she heard about what he did. I don't remember Lene or this part. I'm slipping on my memory. I'm getting old, y'all. But season 5 of The Chi, I will say, it had its moments, and it kind of lost me a little bit. I saw every episode and this and that, but it wasn't as good as some other seasons. This season so far starting out pretty good. I like it. Now, as far as what you saying, Patty, if Nuck told Duda, of course they wouldn't care. They would like it. And if Lene said that she heard about what he did and she chose to be with him over Kev, that just goes to show, and one of the things that I did not like growing up younger years, is the females wanting to be with the bad guy so much so than the guy that was trying to treat him right. I guess it's only when a woman gets older that they realize, after they done been ran through and treated wrong, that, yeah, I want somebody that's going to treat me right. So when I was younger, I tried to, be nice and this and that wasn't very successful. So then I had to get into that Ike Turner mode. Ah, I love you. Thanks. No, I'm just playing. But why would she choose him over Kev? Kev got his own place. Kev saved her ass. Kev, man, I don't like her for that. Nikki B, you say, you know what I forgot all about? That when he killed Ronnie, I got to go back and watch that again. Oh, yeah, he said, that's for Coogee. And then we ain't heard him mention Coogee ever since, and we don't even know why he did that still. I thought we would have found out why he did that. We don't even really know. Are they friends? I think he did mention, actually, that they was friends. And you know what? I remember him kind of talking to somebody and saying like they was friends or whatever in school. So, yeah, I remember that part. What up, Crystal? Nikki B, you say, yeah, but civilians get caught up in that all the time. They get killed too. True. Very true. Very true. And I'm trying to catch up with some of these comments. So when I'm reading them, sometimes they may not be exactly onto what I said, in case anybody listening on the podcast or on the replay. If you're watching the replay, you can see what's going on. But on the podcast, then Shout out to everybody. Subscribe to my podcast on iTunes and Spotify and all of those good places. I'm almost close to my 500th episode for my podcast. I can't believe it. It's been going for like 3 years now, 3 or 4 years on the podcast. And man, I appreciate all the support from everybody. All right, let's see. Nikki, you gonna check out that Manziel. If you a fan of documentaries, especially, you'll like it. You'll like it. I love docs. So, I should start talking about all these docs that I see. That Arnold doc with Arnold Schwarzenegger, excellent. That's a 3-part doc, and man, that's good, very good. I made a video about that actually already, for my other channel. So yeah, that was good. Let's see. When Nikki, you say you thought that the guy had a mask on, he had a hood on. He was wearing a hoodie when he shot Ronnie, and then he had a jacket on. It was cold still. It was wintertime, which is funny how, just like Power, the Shy is always in the wintertime. But yeah, that's what it was. He was wearing a jacket, but he had on a hoodie and then a jacket over it. And then he had, he's skinny. So that was it. Crystal, you say because she probably more accustomed to guys like Bakari because her brother raised her and that's what she was around. Damn, Crystal. That is exactly right. And you know what? That's why he was asking her, you got a boyfriend? Is he a street dude? And he like, man, be careful with them street dudes. Yep, you right. You right. So she probably look at him, Kev, like, she can't really relate. And a street dude, she know how to handle them because that's her brother. And that's who she like. That's her, father figure. And so she feel more comfortable talking and vibing with some. Yeah, I guess you're right. Damn. All right, Crystal dropping that knowledge on the brother. But that's unfortunate that, but she's young. So maybe she won't, change, I guess, until she hopefully is older. And what I mean by that is we should think and lead our lives with rational decisions and not emotional decisions. And one problem that I've noticed as I've gotten older with relationships is that, for starters, men and women don't even understand how men and women think. So therefore, we already have a problem with trying to relate to one another. And what that means is women think with the emotions first, lead with emotions. It feels this way. I feel that way. This car is cute, or, things like that, or this color is pretty. Whereas men think with analytics first, and, this car has 200 horsepower, example, or, all of those type of things where, or this makes money, or this, is whatever the case. So we have to learn how to relate to each other and speak each other's language that we prefer. If a guy's trying to say stuff to his lady and they over technical, she ain't gonna get it. She gonna be thinking some other stuff. So you got to kind of relate emotionally a little bit. And ladies, if you are overly emotional or lead with all your emotions, a guy's not gonna understand that. And you talk about how you feel and how this and that, and he's thinking, well, all the bills are paid and I'm here, or I'm doing this and doing that. I don't get it. So you have to try to figure out another way to explain it, because the guy ain't gonna get the feel part to a certain extent, because our feelings equate with what makes sense. Like if I'm, all my bills is paid, my car is straight, roof over my head, health is good, then that means I feel good. Whereas a woman may not have none of that, but her feelings is that she feeling good, and that wouldn't add up to us right. We have to explain it a little differently. So that's all. Hopefully some of these people can relate and hopefully have their relationships not go in a bad direction. Seems like, though, unfortunately, most people don't really understand something like this till they're older and probably have already gone through some bad relationships, myself included. And it would be great to be able to get that information at a young age. That's why it's important for younger people to get some little knowledge from some older people. Not because they older necessarily, but they have experience. That's why every job, yeah, they want to know your skills, but they want to know your experience too, because it's just certain things that you learn just doing it and going through life that you don't learn in a book or reading, you know. And now, unfortunately, all these, you know, young people make it seem like talking to an older person is a problem, which, you know, you need to talk to people that have sense. Just because somebody is older, you may not think they have. Not to say nobody has anything to contribute, but when you have an older person that has accomplishments or has been through some things or is still doing some things, maybe you should listen to what they got to say, because it could help you skip levels in life, whatever it may be. So, you know, Nikki, you say you love docs. Also, I think I know exactly what you're talking about. Yep. Check it out. Patty, you say, I guess Lene tries not to judge him because of her brother. So she gave him a chance, especially since she apologized to Jake and Gemma. Okay. Yeah, it's probably true. Ill Woods, the shy is filled with women who go for the bad boy as opposed to the man. TGGH. I don't know what that is, but that is very true. Time and time again, they go for the bad. How many times did Emmett get rejected by Tiff? Ain't no way in the world I would be buying her no car. Ain't no way in the world. It's after what she put him through. Okay, I take it. Yeah, he put her through some stuff too. I know the lady's about to bust my bald head for saying that, as if he didn't do no wrong. He did, and he cheated. And so, yeah, he was wrong too. But I'm not buying that car. We'll just call it, you know, it is what it is. So, you know, Nikki B, Jay, I know what you're saying, but your environment shapes you a lot. Oh, yeah, is exactly right. That's why I say normally people don't understand this till they get older, because then hopefully you may have gotten a little more education throughout your life and experience, and maybe even removed from that environment, which the positive is you can now look from the outside looking in. If you are a reflective person, a person that's, you know, trying to think about stuff they've been through and about to go through. And hopefully, you know, people, that's probably why it doesn't happen till people are older, that they maybe can look at relationships differently, because maybe it just takes a certain amount, unless somebody talks to them and explain it. But and then with your environment, if you all around a bunch of hood baby mamas and daddies and everybody's smoking and drinking, and the mama is only 16 years older than the kids, that's going to be a hard environment to start to learn about relationships in. I get it. Don't get me wrong. Whereas if you grew up in an environment where, you know, it was all married couples and Fortune 500 company workers and housewives and things, then you would have a different, you know, perspective on relationships that way. I was kind of in the middle mix of that, between the good relationships and bad relationships and successful and unsuccessful. So I guess I got a kind of a mixed bag on that, you know. Nikki B, you say, excuse me, Jay, I'm not an emotional person, so I might be the exception. I don't lead with my emotions. You probably are, because I'm, of course, speaking in general, not everybody is the same. Of course, not every man is analytical, and every woman, of course, is not leading with emotions. But, of course, I'm speaking in general, meaning more than 50%, you know, not necessarily every single person. I got you, Nikki. But that's probably women that are able to mix that, probably are married. I ain't even gonna trip because they can be more relatable. Nikki, you married? I believe you are married, I think. But a woman that a guy can talk to, that goes a long way. It's only so much you can be bouncing around on, and a, a, a guy that a lady can talk to, then that's why that would be a good fit. So you married? You probably are. Sonny, we doing music reactions. What music you want to react to, Sonny? Let me know. Talking and grubbing. Side note, Jay, that chick that Jimma's daddy was getting that early morning love from was fine. Hell yeah. Hey, you see he decided to have that talk with her. He didn't say it's over. She like, so we gonna have this talk, right? I guess so. Cause you ain't going nowhere. We ain't about to stop. So I guess we is having to talk. Got it. That's the type of guy that Tracy should be with. Business man that's not a criminal like Duda. But like we were just saying, and Nikki Patty got a good point about the environment. And Tracy like that thug thizzle. She like that Ronnie meat. Patty, you say yes, ill woods, they do. They want them hood dudes. Look at Deja. She trying her best to act like she supports him, but she just want to build the man to what she want instead of letting him figure it out. Who is Deja? Who is Deja? That's one person I don't even know who that is on the show or their name. Deja trying her best to act like she supports him, but she just want to build the man to what she want instead of letting him figure it out. Who is Deja? I don't know who that is. Rashad girl. Oh, man, Rashad's a goofy. Rashad is a goofy. All right. This man came out trying to hang some old ass stuff on the thing and sit there in the snow. Talk about believe in me. Hey, look, if I was her, we probably would have broke up right then because he would have got mad like, man, you stupid. Like, dude, I'm about to put you on, help you get a shop or something. I see why she talks to him like a child, like she his mama, because he's a goofy. He's been institutionalized too long. Talk about some two-way, $100. Man, that was $5. Like, you had an old Rodman jersey, the R fell off. I got that Ennis Oddman. Jersey. You know what I'm saying? What? Give me 300. It's game worn. He played so hard that game, the R fell off. Yup. Like, man, that dude crazy. That's why, and he's stupid. And I ain't trying to say it like that, but I bet you we see him in the next episode working with Bakari. And it didn't take him long to give up on his business dream. Man, I need money, Joe, to start this business. Your woman about to give it to you. Man, but I need to do it on my own. So going with Bakari and selling drugs is doing it on your own? No, it's not. Now you allowed him to help you instead of your woman. You got in bed with some stuff that puts you right back in jail for life, more than likely, or You could have just let your woman help you. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it is kind of, if you real, I ain't gonna say like a real man, this or that, but if you're a real independent type of a man and you like to do things and accomplish things and do it on your own as much as possible, then it is difficult when you have been institutionalized, taken out the game of life, and then drop back in. You know, see, like, for example, how I am in this position. I mean, you got to be honest. Like, I was able to, while I was in high school, apply for jobs or something, you know, and work. I had a place to live. I was in high school, and by the time in college, you work in some spots, and you get out of school, and you're able to have a spot to stay for a second until you get a job, and then you're able to move forward, and you keep that job, and you get your crib, and whether you move to another spot or get another job, you just keep it moving. You keep them checks coming in nonstop, and you keep a roof over your head. And whether you, like I say, move from here to there or get a different car or whatever, you still in the game ever since that first jump off. Whereas if you get taken out and now you don't have a place to really go to start over from scratch and get these jobs and stuff, and you're older and you got a strike against you, it could be hard. But what he should be doing is, since he got this place with his girl, is trying to find a job, a real job, and working and saving his money. You know what I mean? You don't need to sell shirts on the gate. She could probably get him a real job at an office somewhere. But, man, Joe, this don't feel right, man, typing this stuff, Joe. I want to sell jerseys. I got some sirloin steak in my coat I could sell, Joe, make more money than this. So he's got that institutionalized mentality that even if she did give him a suit and get him a job downtown, he'd probably quit. Like, he done messed up the other jobs and stuff. So, you know, it's really, really messed up. He really, at this point, is his own worst enemy. He needs to go to counseling so that he can probably understand his situation, his mindset, and realize that accepting this help from your woman is a better option than accepting it from Bakari. You may get more money quicker, but you could get killed, put back in jail. If your woman finds out, she may put you out. She may put him out on the street. Then he gonna have to go all in, which then you really looking for trouble, you know. But she'll put his ass out if he started to be doing some drugs and running the streets, doing drug dealing, rather, I should say. And he'll mess up probably the best thing that he's had in a while. And I don't like to say it like, oh, this woman, the best thing you ever had. Or even that man is the best thing she ever had. Because I believe in personal responsibility. So I believe a person responsible for their own self, and, you know, they can do whatever. But the reality is, in relationships, some relationships are better than others, you know. And I think that this relationship that he's with right now, although we haven't seen many others, she's holding him down at his lowest point. You know, he an ex-con, don't have much to offer but old-ass jerseys, no car, no money. All he got is a little dang-a-lang, and she accepted it. So, I don't know. He better not mess that up. He'll probably die too. You know, that's the crazy thing about this show. Everybody is on the chopping block to die. Every damn character. Who is not on the chopping block to die on the show? Who is that you would say definitely won't die? The only people I say definitely I think are safe is Kev's mom's. Both of them. But then again, not Nina, but the other one, she do be putting herself in places that she could even get in trouble. If she get between Lene and her brother and be at the wrong place at the wrong time trying to counsel something, ain't no telling. But I don't know. That's a good question. Who is not in jeopardy to die on the Shy would be a better question, because that's why I say my top 5, because truth be told, every single character can get killed. And it's like a real chance. You know, Kev, Jake, Papa, they could all be at the wrong place, wrong time, running the streets, get into the beef somewhere with somebody, anything. They was at that little Maisha concert in Bakari. Anybody could have got shot and killed then. So I don't know. I think anybody could die on the show, which is kind of messed up, but also true. In the Shy, you could die minding your business, which is very sad, because I love Chicago, and it's always been a lot of fun. It's had its bad times as well, but it was never like this, like it is now, the last decade or so. It's just been really bad ever since they tore down the projects. That was one of the worst things that could have happened to the city, is tearing down the projects. Anyway, Patty, he could cook, so he needed to be in Smoky Kitchen, then go from there. Yeah, you talking about Shad. You ain't lying. Especially, you know, he be there with him, something. Yeah, I feel bad for him too. Let's see. Patty, you say he about to get put out. I know, right? He should just listen to Darnell, lay the pipe until he finds something legit, and stop smoking in the house. That's all she asks. You know what, though? You right. You right. Hey, man, it's not much when somebody, if you're not paying rent, you don't pay anything. And yeah, you grown and you shouldn't have to do this or that. But you know what? Part of being grown and not having to do this is that is you pay the cost to be the boss. That's how that go. He ain't paying the cost to be nothing. So lay that pipe. That way she keep a smile on her face. And if she asks you not to smoke in the house, just don't smoke in the house. Go in the basement. Go outside. Learn the hours that she work, and don't be an idiot and be smoking when she coming home or leaving. Like, at least do it at the middle of the day where it's plenty of time to air everything out. Like, he's not being respectful and trying to make it work in some cases, I think. So, Big Bird, what's good, Big Bird? You say Emmett is safe, question mark. I don't know, man. He's in bed with Doodah. Like, Emmett is in my top 5, actually. So, if I want to take Doodah out the top 5, because, I mean, he's probably responsible for the next 10 people that could possibly die. But if you include Doodah in the top 5, just overall characters that can die, and this is in no order. It's just me thinking of the characters offhand. The top 5 that can die, of course, is Doodah, Emmett. Who else? Nikki said Emmett number 1. Who else is in there? Shumpty Dumpty, Shumpert. Tracy. Keisha is almost in the top 5. Darnell is close. Let me see. Who else? I know I'm missing some people. I know the kids is in there. Oh, Bakari, Papa's father, Darnell. See, if I take out Doodah, then I'll throw Papa's father in that top 5. But if I keep Doodah in there, Papa's father, Darnell, Keisha, I mean, Gemma could be safe, but she almost got shot, her and Maisha, at the party. So they could easily be somewhere, wrong place, wrong time, and shot, which that's how it could happen for a few of these folks, unfortunately. So, yeah. Yeah, I agree with Nikki and Crystal. Emmett is definitely in the top 5, which is crazy because he literally watched Brandon get in bed with Duda and then just disappear. And he over here talking about Duda's the best thing ever happened to us, helping us. Yeah, right. All money ain't good money. You should have kept Smokey's dirty. Because what you got now, ooh-wee, you might be in trouble. Well, ain't no might. You in trouble. Duda laundering that money, and he needs Smokies more than he need Emmett right now. He better made some type of fake contract and had it where Emmett sold it and signed it over to his ass and kill him and take that spot. Boy, yeah, Emmett in trouble. So, I don't know. Patty, off topic, but I think Jake and Jim are at risk to being robbed, handling that, I guess that's spell check, handling that money in the kitchen like that. I know, right? And Patty, you ain't never off topic over here. Sis, you good. Much as I be rambling on. But they are in jeopardy of being robbed. First of all, they ain't paying attention to what they really doing in their surroundings, trying to sell these shirts and stuff, what they doing. And she is really weak and naive in the street world. And her little stuck-up bougie attitude of how she goes around doing things rubs street people the wrong way, because street people, for one, ain't used to that. And that type of attitude to a street person feels like, oh, well, forget you. It's not like you're going to do something. And when that type of attitude is to a street person, it make them want to pop you upside the head, bust your head, take something. And so, yeah, her little boot, like what she did with Maisha. Oh, yeah, that was my 20%. Yeah. So, Maisha was like, yeah, okay. How about the mollywop your head? I'm about to throw these meat hooks. Girl, I'm from the projects. What my 2 bills, huh? She'd better knock that little raspberry beret up off her little ass. It was only 200. What? Yeah, that 200. That's a couple meals for a week. Shoot, Maisha used to be babysitting. Broke. So she ain't playing. Big Bird, Duda hard. That's that guy who will be hard to get to. I know, right? I hope that Duda doesn't die on the show if the show continues past 6 seasons, because he's the best character on the show right now as far as keeping it somewhat gangster. Shot-town. Patty, and what the heck happened to Diamond Lala? Wasn't she a partner with Emmett at Smokies, or did I miss something? I know, right? He got the smash and then she left. I forgot all about her. Wow. See, that's one thing that has plagued this show, and I will give them credit for overcoming the inconsistencies in this show. How many storylines and characters that we have been introduced to disappear, or just storylines that just drop. Now, in the first 2 seasons, it wasn't as much. And after what happened, I guess they like, oh, well, because it's happened a lot since then. If we start to think and go down the line of characters or scenarios or things that we thought was going to happen that changed. But they have made it to 6 seasons. So I will give them their props and congratulations, because a lot of times when a show starts to have these type of issues pop up, it's normally canceled either the same year or the next year. And these issues have been really prevalent since season 2. Not so much that it is unwatchable, but it's a lot of things that you'd be like, what happened to this? What happened to that? Like I bring up all the time, the detectives, they just disappeared. I think they could have kept those detectives around, because I think that still would have added another level to the show, with Duda doing all the stuff he doing. And we can see, okay, he may not get killed, but he may get arrested. How he gonna avoid this? How he gonna avoid that? But I guess they dropped the case once Brandon was killed. Anyway, you'd have thought they would have ramped the case up more. Yeah. Yeah, Tiffany might get killed too. Dude, I find out you over here trying to cut my profits. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Big Bird, LOL. Ain't like you about to do something. I know, right? I hate when you got that look like that. Ain't like you about to do something. You right. Smack that old raspberry beret up off her head. Why ain't you do that? $200 reasons why. What are you talking about? You know, Patty, yeah, she was right to take her percentage. But they should have discussed that with Maisha. Exactly. So that's the problem. And mostly in life, between people, it's the same problem. Communication. It don't matter whether you at work, with friends, a loved one. Try to have clear communication as often as possible. And Maisha was right, but so was Gemma. And so that's why they should have talked about it. So under Maisha's impression, she only got paid when she found the job. And so Maisha looked at it as like, well, you shouldn't have got paid because the job found me. She walked up to me. You didn't actually do anything. But that's Maisha not realizing that, okay, if that was the case, you would have came there and just been sitting there with maybe a microphone or something or whatever. They may not have looked out for you. Plus, you had tried to get 15 minutes. You might have made yourself look bad on this show, which would have ruined you for future shows. So she did do some work. Was it a lot of work? No. But was Maisha doing a lot of work? So sometimes it ain't about how much. And the crazy part is, in life, the more money you make, you probably doing less work. The more money you make, the less work you do, which is crazy. Which is crazy. And it normally works that way. You know, people even making a couple $100,000 a year, or working in an office downtown somewhere, they could be working all day on a computer or something, but are they really doing more work than that person that's digging the ditch for the construction site on 38th Street? They really doing more work? And he's only getting paid, what, 20 something an hour? So that's what I mean by, more work. And work can be defined in a lot of ways. So you shouldn't always manage by, judge by how much, because sometimes it's a skill. I may be able to make a thumbnail in 10 minutes. So does that mean I get what, $1? Because it's a skill. If you didn't have that skill, you couldn't make it at all, or you got to learn it, and it may take you a few hours. So, and then it still may not be what you may want because, experience. So anyway, she should have definitely talked to her. And I think that she's going to have another situation where it's about money and they're not going to communicate right. And yeah, she going to get snippy, like Patty said right here. Snippy with Maisha again. And it ain't going to go right. Especially if she finds out that they messing around, her and Kev. Patty, you say she got snippy with Maisha when she saw how she was looking at Kev. Yeah, and Gemma got some nerve after what she did with Kev and then Jake. But, you know, she's the type to think the rules don't apply to her. So let Maisha try to get with Kev. Oh, she gonna like Kev again. And we already saw them plant the seeds that Jake already a little jelly that Kev got his own place. Talking about, nah, you over here saying I think I'm the ish because you think I'm the ish, right? Yeah, that's what I thought. So then he gonna be like, oh man, you trying to take my girl now because you got your own crib? You know, so he like, man, could you wear my shirts in your video? Yeah, give me a rack. Man. So I think that, and plus, I don't really think that wound completely healed to begin with. So definitely think that this would be an easy way for them to have some beef. Who knows? They better not end up shooting somebody or one another. I wonder what happened to that AMG truck, the truck that lasts forever. It was a Trice truck, Trig truck. They just put some new owners on the paperwork. Patty, you say those detectives. Yes, those detectives were investigating Duda. So what happened? Just got Brandon got unavailed. Don't mean the investigation stops. I know, right? Just got Brandon. I guess you're talking about unavailable or unalived. I don't know what that was in this spell check, but yeah, that would actually make the investigation ramp up. Once Brandon would have been killed or missing, they would have brought him in for questioning at the very least. Because, I mean, Brandon was snitching on him, and they was in the van. The last we saw Brandon, he was in the van with the detectives, and they was looking at Doodah, getting evidence. And then he's gone. The detectives stopped the case, and Doodah free. Like, what? So that was kind of sad. Crystal, but Lala doing BMF, so maybe they just said take her out the shy, or maybe she'll come back later on down the line. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's probably exactly what happened. But they shouldn't have probably written her as a potential permanent character. I think she was a reoccurring character, which these are technical stuff that most people watching don't think of. Like, oh, this is a reoccurring character. Oh, they're part of the main cast and this and that. You know, people don't think of it like that. But I'm not exactly sure. I know that she wasn't a main cast member, but maybe it wasn't too much more they could do with her storyline. I know Jacob Lattimore is happy for the storyline they did have. But yeah, she probably, because she was with BMF and it was more demanding or whatever, she went with that, had more role, more lines. And hey, if you're not dead on the show, you can always come back. Hell, Power showed that when they brought back Liliana. She was in the second episode, first and second episode of the show, and then gone. Wow. And then come back 6, 7 years later, 8 years later. So you never know. Let's see. Big Bird. Papa might hurt that young lady, though. He ain't ready. He about to get up in there. Let me give you a little bit of my PK. Oh, what have you done to me? What have you done to me? I'm only 18. I'm only 18. Why is she up here waiting for him to be 18? Like what? She gonna get arrested for raping his big ass? Yeah, I took that weenus. Yeah, he didn't want to give it to me. I said, give it to me, Papa. Get on top of me. Fall in and out. Back and forth. Yeah, I took it. Man, get out of here, man. If she wants to get smashed by Big Papa, what's she waiting till his birthday for? I got a special present for you, Poppy. Oh, oh, this is lovely. Oh boy. Oh, oh boy. Oh, it's quite lovely. Oh, this is quite lovely. I got that off Game of Thrones when Samuel Tarly, that's Papa in another life in the metaverse. You know, when I play, I'm Samuel Tarly. Oh, quite lovely. Oh, anybody that ain't watched Game of Thrones, it was a little heavy set nerd in the show, and he is a virgin. And people used to give him hell, and he used to say corny stuff like Papa, except you in the world of people that'll chop your head off. And he got beat up defending this one female that he liked, but you know he didn't know what to do. And actually, she gave him some, like after he got his ass beat because he didn't know how to fight. So he tried to stand up for her, but it really didn't work. And she came and gave him some ass, got on top of him while he was laying there. He was like, oh, oh boy. Oh, this is quite lovely. Samuel Farley. That's Papa. Papa gonna be the modern day Samuel Tarly when he gets some of that. What's up, Jocelyn? He gonna blow her away. Blush. That was in some little movie I saw, whatever. Yeah, so Patty, in the last video, when she dropped Papa off, she made some kind of like face looking at him like, I love it when a plan comes together. No, but I was looking at that face like, man, what the hell is she thinking? Now, is she thinking, boy, I can't wait till he fall up in this on his birthday? Yup. I'm going to let him see what it's all about. Welcome to manhood, Poppy. You heard about us preacher kids. We the worst. We the freakiest. So, you know, we'll see. Samuel Tarly. Oh, he gonna be laying there. She gonna get on top of his ass. You know he ain't getting on top of her. He don't know where to put it. Did you put it in? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, oh, oh. What did you do to me? What did you do to me? It's quite lovely. Can't wait to that scene. Anyway. Overall, so far, good start to the show. I don't know, man. Like I said earlier, and for those that's just checking in, I think pretty much everybody on the show could die. I got my top 5. If I include Duda, it's of course Duda, Emmett. Who else did I say? There's so many people that could die. Duda, Emmett, who else? Papa's daddy. These ain't in order because I had him at like number 6. Tracy. Oh, even Vic, you know, could end up there. Bakari. There's so many people. So, you know. Gina, my girl, she said it looked like she made a guilty face. Okay. Like I say, she made a face. I can't really say what it is, but I know it was a face. It wasn't like a smiley face. You know what I mean? So Gina think it was more of a guilty. I was thinking like, I don't know. That's why I say she made a face. It's like a plan. She wasn't looking like mean, like evil. So maybe guilty could possibly, I could see guilty, but I don't know what she'd be guilty of. Maybe guilty that she like young meat. You know what I mean? I like young meat. I'm sorry. I feel guilty, but I like young meat. It's fresh. It hasn't been touched by anyone but me. So that way I know that it's prepared properly. Patty, you say Papa ain't gonna hit that. He gonna tell her, nah, I want to practice what I preach. I'm saving myself till marriage. Nah, Papa gonna come with a ring pop. Will you marry me when I get older? I promise to get you a real one. Okay, now that we're married in the eyes of the Lord, let me hit that. Get on top. Oh, oh, this is quite lovely. Papa one of them kind of guys that married the first love. He been married since age 18. You know, he one of them old World War II type Negroes. Came home from the war and married the first piece he got. Hey, man, I almost blew up, man. I'm about to live in the lap. Papa gonna come home like he from World War II and get a Mustang. He gonna get a Mustang and marry old girl. She's my sweetie. She's my sweetie. Ah, she's quite lovely. She lets me mount her, and it relaxes me. Ah, he gonna be like, yeah, I really like her. She allows me to mount her, which I find very relaxing. I enjoy it. It's quite lovely. Say leave Papa alone. Papa Doc. Papa used to be my favorite character. Now, I don't know. With the braids, I ain't feeling it with his character. It's like, man, what is you? You supposed to be MC Hammer. We got to pray just to make it today. I say we pray. Pray, pray, pray. We got to pray. Well, he done turned into a little thugged out preacher choir boy. Oh no, Papa Tarley. There we go. Papa Tarley. Black Lex. Gotta give you credit coming through with my new nickname. Papa Tarley. I was gonna call him Samuel Papa, but I like Papa Tarley. It's a lot quicker. Papa Tarley. Oh, quite lovely. Papa Tarley, he ain't ready. Gonna blow that girl away. Anyway, I hope Tracy isn't over with. You all let me know what you think about that. And also, Vic and his relationship. How is that gonna work out with his political career and ambitions? You know, nowadays it seems that it's not really a hindrance in politics. It may be helpful. Who knows? Chicago did just have an openly lesbian mayor that, well, she just got canned, but she was elected, which is something that was unthinkable 20, 30 years or more. So him being open to be an alderman, I think that's what he is an alderman, right? He ain't really doing nothing else. So, you know, I don't see why he got a problem with that. But the person that he's with isn't ready, as well as he is still trying to come to grips with, is he gay or is he straight or what's going on? They kind of moved away from that storyline But they kind of brought up in the first episode the storyline of that his significant other did not want to be a part of his campaign process, but it was for reasons of trying to stay neutral for work. And so I'm wondering how long that can go, how long will that last, and will he be able to accept if his partner chooses to not be public with him? I'm wondering, how that'll work. So we'll see. And Tracy with old Vic Mensa, you know what? She could easily get killed if she messes with him and Dee Dee finds out. For those who don't know, Dee Dee, that's Dirty Doodah, DD. Dirty Doodah. You got Dee Dee on that ass. He coming for a little late night creep. I think my girl Patty said she tripping not answering the phone because he'll pop up on that ass. And that's a lot of ass to pop up on. Hey, it is what it is. Okay? But if Vic Mensa is over there and he pops up, he could get killed, and Tracy too. Or he could wait for him to leave and then go kick in the door, wave in the full fold. All I heard was, "Duda, don't pop me no more. You disrespect my clique, my imperial. I make a milk box material." You feel me? So that milk box material is for the missing people. Anyway, that could easily happen if she messing with him and Doodah come through. He like, "Oh no, you gave away my cookie. I did it all for the cookie. The cookie. So you can kick my..." I don't even know how that song go. I just know it's did it all for the nookie. Anyway, yeah, that right there is trouble. Yeah, Patty, that's all homegrown booty right there. That's a grown woman. That's a grown woman right there, boy. Ty Davis, another shout out to being a naturally beautiful woman. Hey, nothing wrong with that. I know that Ty Davis has commented on maybe gaining weight and think that she's, gaining a little more weight than she would prefer. But in her other appearances in movies and things when she was younger, I think she looks better now than when she was younger. Not that she was, a bad person as far as appearance, but yeah, she looks like a real naturally beautiful woman. And I think, she looks great. But we all got stuff that we see wrong with ourselves that maybe someone else doesn't and are harder on ourselves than others. So with that, I mean, I get it, but it ain't no need to, girl. You got it. And how many men have tried to get it and are ready to die for it? Ronnie died for it. Who else? You got Doodah. He had to leave town for it, and now he back. She got that snapback, that comeback, boy. They leave town and come back. Ronnie was damn near, well, he didn't damn near, he did die for it. She told him go find out what happened. He didn't killed for it. So, yeah. Then she said, "I didn't ask you to do that." Like, yeah, you did. You literally told him go find out, go handle that. What you thought he was going to do? "Hey, anybody want to help?" So, even Rosalind wanted more of it. You ain't lying, boy. Everybody need a little more of that. You can't get a little piece and then be like, "You know what? Thank you. Take care. Catch you later." Nah, you be like, "Hey, what you doing later?" Ain't no catch you later. What you doing later? I'm on my way. Because this is quite lovely. Getting ready to wrap this up, man. A lot of great comments, Patty, and talking and grubbing, and so many. Kimberly Basie, what's up, sis? Gina Brown, pretty. Not Samuel Tarley. His new name is Papa Tarley. Papa Tarley. Y'all gonna hear this stuff on other channels. Just know where it came from. Papa Tarley. And here's the thing. I don't care if other people use my jokes or say whatever. The thing is, when people think they created it or that they are the originators, you know, if you like the jokes and other people say them, great. But come to where it came from and started, be better. Anyway. Papa Tarley, it's about to sign off. It's time to get out of here. Get some loveliness. I hope everybody have a good weekend. Also, was it just me or did they not show The Chi live on Showtime tonight? Because I was looking for it, unless I missed it. Did I miss it? Or does it come on at 8 o'clock now or 9? Because I surely didn't see it. So maybe it was at 8. I was half asleep. I always try to get a nap in. So anyway, maybe I missed it. But let me know in the comments before I sign off. I know it takes a little delay. For those that don't know, it's about a 40-second delay from a live video. It's not that noticeable if a person is talking and you comment, because by the time they get to the comment, you may think that it happened in real time. But a YouTube live, it's about a 30 to 40-second delay. So when a person is talking, you're hearing it 30 seconds later, 30 to 40 seconds later. So, you know, that's why I kind of just talked and wasted about 30, 40 seconds so that you guys have a chance to comment and let me know, did the episode air tonight? Or is it only on the app now? I think they moved this to the app because they're trying to drive traffic to the app. And I think that they did that. There's some shows like Southside that's actually a really good show. I wish they put it on HBO, but they only have it on the HBO app, which is messed up because it's a really good show. And if they put it on the regular TV, a lot more people would watch it. But anyway. Black Lex, get some loveliness. It's quite lovely. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm about to call up. Give me some loveliness. I'm feeling jealous of Papa Tarley. Papa Tarley? Crystal, good night, sis. I appreciate you for the comments. Black Lex, my bro. Appreciate you with the Papa Tarley mashup. Samuel Papa. Nikki B. What's up, Nikki? Appreciate all the comments and support. Appreciate it. Patty, you watched it on the app, and Crystal as well. So I think that they're trying to make this an app-only show, which is something that these stations are starting to do now. Make some shows app-only, which is kind of unfortunate. But then again, so many people have cut the cords of cable that they don't wait till 8 o'clock to watch something anyway, or 9 o'clock. Most people watch stuff whenever they want. So I guess, you know, it is what it is. Anyway, let me get up out of here. I was surprised though. Oh, if you haven't watched Southside, you got to watch it. I was almost on that show. I had an audition, but I was already working on something else at the time, and I wasn't able to make it. But Southside is funny. By the third episode, you got to watch at least 3 episodes. It's like The Office in the sense that of how it's like tongue-in-cheek comedy, but they're not trying to be funny. and they work at like a rent-a-center, and it's in the hood in Chicago. Southside is hilarious. Hilarious. And they got real people in there too, like Dion Cole and Lil Rel and some other people that appear on the show. But yeah, Southside funny as can be. That's a funny show. Officer Goodnight. And Officer Goodnight and his partner are actually married in real life. That's Bashir Salahuddin. And you know, they're actually married in real life. And he's from Chicago. He actually created and produced the show, Officer Goodnight. So he was just in Top Gun, Maverick. Anyway, it's a good show. Check it out. I'm up out of here. I appreciate all y'all for watching, sticking through to the end. That means you a real one. You here to the end, you a real one. All these people that say that they do this, do that, you here on a Friday night to the end. You a real one. I'm going to have to start doing something for the real ones out there. Come up with some suggestions. Anyway, I got some new videos on the way for this channel, as well as I got other channels I've been hard at work on. This new channel that I've been putting together, I'm going to have public September 1st. So be on the lookout. All my members, I'm going to show y'all the videos before then as I make them. But everybody else, September 1st is going down. That note, deuces. It's time for some loveliness. And I'm out.